Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to talk to you about my first semester as a PhD mom. So for anyone who doesn't know me, this is my second year as a PhD, and this is my 5th semester so far, and I am in the Department of Entomology, and I had my daughter about 2 or 3 weeks into the semester. So for the first couple weeks I obviously wasn't a mom, but I gave birth and I was taking one class at the time. So I'll talk a little bit about that and some good things, some difficult things, and why I decided to take a course while basically being on maternity leave. But before we talk about my class, I guess I should talk a little bit about my research too, because that was affected this semester. I really wasn't able to do any of my research. I was supposed to do a second trial, so my research is outside and we walk a lot, and so I was concerned about doing that the first couple weeks of the semester. Like I said, when I was pregnant still. And we were supposed to get that trial done and just get over and done with and whatever, but the day I was supposed to start it was when I was diagnosed with preeclampsia, so that just didn't happen. So this semester, research was really dedicated more to side projects that I had scheduled, and I had help with as well. But other than that, I guess you can just mainly talk about the class. The course I was taking was Insect Community Ecology, and that course started January 15th, I think, and I had my daughter on the 29th. And I was actually diagnosed with preeclampsia a couple days into class, so even though I was supposed to be on bed rest, against doctor's orders, I went to class. There was also a video in portion of the class that I could do. There was one other student who was doing that, and I did end up taking advantage of that later on. But I wanted to get into the classroom as much as possible, and I really don't have a good reason behind that besides it was just my personal preference. I wanted to be there instead of videoing in. Especially since I knew there was a high probability that I was going to be doing that later on. I just wanted to be in class as much as possible, and it kind of got my mind off of things. So probably the main question is, why would I take a course when I knew I was going to be delivering my daughter and being on maternity leave? Why wouldn't I take advantage of basically being responsibility free during that time? And that was largely because this course isn't offered every semester. And the bottom line was, if I didn't take the course when I needed to, or at this moment in time, it could postpone my PhD for a year. And though I'm scheduled to graduate in 4 years, and I don't have a master's, and it's traditional for people without a master's to graduate in 5 years, I would like to do it, if possible, in 4, so that way I can go home to see family and potentially get a postdoc or a faculty position towards where I live and where I grew up. This is also because I want my daughter to grow up around our family, and that's just not really possible right now, especially if everyone has to fly several hours to get to us. Just to see her, or we need to fly to them. It's just easier on us to just get done with it and move on. Like I had said, I did have my daughter a couple weeks into the semester. So I had told my professor that I was going in Sunday or Monday. I think it was Monday, and then they pushed me back to Sunday to induce me. And I missed 2 classes, and my parents had come down directly after I got out of the hospital, and I was able to go back to class that following week. It certainly wasn't required of me, but that was something I wanted to do. It was also relieving for me to get out of the house. I was in the hospital for a long time. My labor was 44 hours, I want to say. And then I was held 2 days. I was just ready to get back on it. My classmates were certainly shocked by seeing me walk into class. One, looking completely different than I had the week before, but two, knowing that I had went in and delivered a baby and then was showing up to class. A little bit ridiculous, I know, but I'm kind of ridiculous like that. And anyone who knows me probably isn't shocked by it. So yeah, it was actually really fun seeing everyone's faces. But like I said, it was just good for me to get back on it and start working again. I was extremely lucky because I had multiple people willing to watch my daughter while I either went into class or if I needed to go into the lab. Between my fiance, my parents when they visited, his parents when they visited, people in the lab, and my advisor's wife were all willing to watch her while I was able to get other things done. So I did multiple things besides just class during the semester. I was part of an organizing committee for a symposium or a conference that took place in April. I am also doing a research assistant at the moment. I'll start TAing next semester, but I had to do research for that and do meetings for that. So I was able to get help with that. I was also doing a side project that I had a couple shifts I needed to go into. And while a lot of things went right this semester, there were a couple things that didn't go quite as planned. There was an opportunity that I had before I had my daughter that was taken away from me. Some people did it because they cared about me and they wanted me to not be stressed about this added responsibility. Other people just didn't want me in it. And I don't know if other moms experience this as well, but there are stories about it online. So that was a little disheartening. So that had happened within the first month. I can't remember the exact dates, but that was kind of difficult for me, especially since I was dealing with the worst part of my postpartum depression. So I was diagnosed with postpartum depression shortly after that. And I don't think it was because of that. I think it has to do with all of the stress of being a mom, plus all the added stresses of being a grad student. But other than that, the semester was really great. I finished the class out strong, and my daughter's now 3 months old, so I've survived parenting, at least for now. I successfully finished out the conference that I was helping plan. I am the president of next year's committee. I've done outreach events and helped my daughter learn faces mostly at this point, and she's starting to babble a lot. So I think it's safe to say I've survived the semester, and I'm really excited for next semester because I will start TAing. So my research assistantship is up, and so I'll start TAing, and I'll be taking 2 classes and a seminar. So because of all that, my daughter will be going into daycare. We actually visited the daycare today and looked at their program, and we're really comfortable with it. So that's nice because it's really close to my lab, so I'll be able to work full time and be able to pop in and make sure she's all set. So yeah, I'm really excited about next semester and getting back into the full swing of things, especially now that I have the confidence that I've made it through this semester. I can do more. And yeah, so this is my first video, and I would like to continue. And with that, that's my first video ever on this channel. I wanted to do a YouTube channel focused on being a PhD mom, obviously with the first video being about this semester. But there's so much more going forward. Like I said, I'm 2 years in, so I still have my proposal seminar that's coming up, writtens, my orals, and my defense, of course. And so I wanted to have this channel to reach out to a community of mothers. I feel like a lot of people don't realize how many of us there are, and really start a community, so I don't feel so alone, and that's so someone else understands that there's more of us going through this as well. So if you like this content, please subscribe, like the video, and do the notification bell. If there's anything you would like me to talk about, please comment below. And yeah, with that, I will be signing off.